The great wartime president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, said that a nation that destroys its soil destroys itself. Michael Conway not only understands this, but has spent his career doing something about it. Aware that more than 260 million tonnes of virgin aggregates were being quarried in the UK every year, and that only 60 tonnes were being recycled, Michael took a look at the way his business operated and put in place a number of innovative approaches to address the need to change the current approach to road construction in this country. FM Conway inspects, designs, builds, enhances and maintains vital services in transportation, the built environment, and open spaces for communities and businesses, from strategically located business centres across London and the South East. Since our inception in 1961, we've worked hard to secure a reputation for reliability, innovation, and commitment to environmental management and sustainability. With a highly skilled and motivated workforce, competent in a wide diversity of areas, we can provide flexible and innovative solutions and handle a wide range of projects from small-scale jobs to multi-million-pound contracts. When it comes to maintenance of the highway networks of London and the South East, FM Conway is known as one of the most forward-thinking and innovative service providers. We embarked on our first recycling initiative in the early 1990s. By crushing the asphalt arising from our contracts in London, we found that sub-base materials could be produced to a high standard and used as a replacement for conventional virgin aggregate. This approach wasn't always universally understood, but Michael persevered. In 2004, we identified an opportunity lying in the drains at the side of our roads in the form of gully waste. We saw that turning it into a reusable resource could help the many London boroughs the company worked for to be greener and more sustainable. We could recycle the gully waste into aggregates, sand and water, natural resources that are much in demand in the South East. We built our drainage treatment plant, DTP, to deal with the gully waste, and made sure that it had a big capacity. It can in fact deal with all the gully waste in London, Kent, Sussex and Surrey. In all, the plant can deal with up to 30,000 tonnes of gully waste every year. Any floating bits of plastic, like discarded bottles or packaging, are removed and sent to a third-party recycling plant. Any organic materials or volatile substances are also removed. It then screens out the grit. Any spillages that might occur are all captured and reused. 60% of gully waste is water, which is all conserved so that no additional water is required to run the site. But recycling the waste in our drains is only one part of our recycling innovation. Michael realised before anyone else the coming need to find an alternative renewable resource to meet the ever-growing requirements of construction and road building in this country. He could see that Britain's quarries only represented a finite resource, and that soon an alternative source of aggregate would be needed. It was this vision that prompted him to look to the recycled materials coming off our roads and demolition sites, materials that until now were being sent to landfill. That's why, on the other side of the Dartford site, in the crusher and aggregate wash plant, the reclaimed water from the DTP is used to wash the highway arisings recycled from road and construction sites, as well as the stones taken from the DTP. These are all sent to the crusher, which grinds them down to parts that are no bigger than 50 millimetres. This is followed by a screening process where they are assessed for size, and any piece that's too big is automatically rejected and sent back to the crusher. The larger grain material is separated off for use as Type 1 subbase for road construction. The 0 to 20 mil aggregate is then washed to produce sand and 4 to 20 mil stones, which are then mixed back together so as to create ballast for concrete. This then goes into the company's sophisticated concrete mixer or volumetric trucks, which take it out to construction sites where they're able to deliver exactly the amount of concrete that's needed, when it's needed, with no waste. Each truck is weighed to make sure they're fully laden to keep down the number of empty journeys that are such a feature on Britain's roads. We have reduced these to well below 10%. At the end of the last decade, Michael identified the need for the company's own asphalt production facility to serve the company's own surfacing business and to provide product to the general market, reinforcing FM Conway's position as an enhanced contractor. In the summer of 2010, the vision was realised. Fully clad and insulated, the plant is inaudible externally and dust-free. The vision was to build a facility that would increase the company's green credentials by being the most environmentally acceptable in the business. It had to be energy efficient, clean, quiet, and be able to minimise the carbon footprint whilst producing high-quality materials. And it had to have minimal impact on the local surroundings, taking care not to disturb the neighbours, all of the neighbours. In line with the demands of the local council, no actual or potential habitats were disturbed in the making of this facility. To complete the operation, FM Conway has built a jetty to remove the incoming aggregate from the roads and so further enhance our green credentials. This means that the only lorries travelling to and from the site are taking freshly produced asphalt directly to where they're required for the maintenance and improvement of Britain's roads. All of the aggregate needed to produce the asphalt comes via the river.
Recycling is in our DNA, so much so that everything we do, everything we think about, our whole day-to-day process of constructing roads in London is produced with recycled materials.
So, FM Conway's approach to construction materials is more sustainable and environmentally friendly. We clean the waste in a sustainable way. We salvage and reconstitute aggregates that can be used to build or repair more roads and construction projects. And where possible, we keep aggregates and construction road movements to a minimum by the use of river transport and the economical management of lorry journeys. We recycle all the risings and reuse them to maintain and renew our road network. It's a green, environmentally friendly approach, which is just what London's mayor and all the local authorities in the region want. FM Conway's long-term investment is helping to deliver greener, sustainable roads and much-needed materials for the construction industry at a time when more traditional resources are beginning to dwindle.